So we're off on the fifth leg of our Glampacking tour, going down under, travelling to Brisbane, up the coast of the Barrier Reef and then down to Sydney. But first we visit Noosa, built originally on the wealth of timber and milling industries, but now a tourist centre and refuge for the wealthy of Queensland and beyond. The property, both land-based and afloat, is to die for, but you'll need a few $1 million to take pole position on the riverfront. You can busy yourself with the beach and the forest walks, or just mooch around in town gazing at the windows of the people. We then journey on a special trip up to Fraser Island, the largest sand island in the world, with lakes, tropical forests and expansive beaches. You reach the island via ferry and via a very large tank-like people carrier to take you on the most amazing sand highway.
They look more like oak leaves.
The views are really extraordinary, ranging from the most unusual sand formations through to the lush vegetation of the forests. We then went further north to Hervey Bay, which is our base for going offshore on the most southerly part of the Great Barrier Reef. We travel by a small airplane from the local airport, climbing gracefully across the water to take in more views of Fraser Island. And then out to the hot cross bun of Lady Elliot Island, set in an emerald sea and developed initially by Don Adams as a tourist centre in the 1960s. Since then, the island has had two owners, developing an eco-friendly base for those who wish to come out and study the local marine life. It is home to 94 different species and is a World Heritage Site. Then it's off down the coast and inland to a rainforest resort set in the Lamington National Park. You travel for quite a while without any particular indication of the pleasures that are to come in the lush and plentiful forest. The resort was established by the O'Reilly family in 1926. Pretty basic then, but now much more comfortable with a hotel and separate housing looking across the mountain. It is also home to a big rescue story when Bernard O'Reilly very bravely went off into the forest to rescue two survivors of a Stimson aircraft that crashed in 1937. The accommodation is of a good standard and you feel really part of the local ecology. With every opportunity to spot creatures on the ground and in the air, and some that you wouldn't want to mix with. It's good to get a photograph of whatever's going to bite you. As a complete contrast, we travel to Byron Bay on the coast, a quaint throwback to the 1960s hippie living, where beach walks and water sports are must-do activities. Then it's off down the coast and slightly inland as we enjoy the district of Bellingen on the mid-north coast of New South Wales. With a population of around 3,000, it mixes traditional farming with an eclectic range of creative types, artists, musicians, and is very well known for its festivals. we stay at the most magnificent bed and breakfast at Lilly Pilly. Just 3 bedrooms look down on an 80-acre estate with its own river and pastures. The accommodation is really luxurious, and our hosts Bruce and Jeanette make us feel right at home. That is until we relax in the garden lounge and look upwards. Actually, reassuringly, the snake is dead and just there to put the birds off. Our next stop is down the coast at Nelson Bay, and we visit the close by Shoal and Fingal Bays. We stayed at the Anchorage Hotel, a wooden cladded set of buildings wrapped around a lovely marina. And home to a friendly but rather hungry visitor. And finally we make Sydney. Its iconic opera house and the Harbour Bridge, where, if you look very carefully, you will see some intrepid souls chain gang together for one of the best views in the country. We turned down this pleasure and headed instead for the trendy shopping malls. And then we found the aquarium, which was a feast of marine life from waters surrounding this immense country. You're never far from a decent beach, which makes Sydney an ideal location to live and to work. And we couldn't resist a trip downtown in the evening to join the gay Mardi Gras, a really joyful evening despite the rainfall. So our 4 weeks in Australia have come to an end. A most extraordinary set of experiences, and ones that we'll never forget. And now it's off to New Zealand, where we'll explore the North and the South Islands. Join us in the North Island when we have an unusual mud bath, receive an uncertain welcome, meet up with some old geezers, wonder at the colours in the thermal parks, go skateboarding down a volcano, and join the races in Wellington. See you soon.